Okay, Brian, I'm standing in the family room right now, and then here's the access to the garage. So it directly accesses the family room. And I've checked, I don't see any drill holes as far as termites go or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of pan around a little bit. It looks like they've got some access that they had cut in at one time, and then they've got an alternate access to get up and look up top. And it looks like they've got some kind of drywall there. And that actually would probably pass, from what I understand, would probably pass a lot of code because it is all covered in drywall. And I'll just give you a look at the ceiling there. And I will measure that garage. This is a Genie. They're very quiet, as you can see. And I will measure that before I leave here, okay? So let's go down to the basement here. And so now I'm expecting to see some things that were done to this basement, and I can see right away as I come down. Now from a VA perspective, there's no handrail. That's the only thing I can see. This all looks like it's relatively new also. And they had something on here, some kind of glue or whatever at one point. But this basement has been through it. Now, I will tell you, this all looks newer from the standpoint of the drain tile that was done. This is all newer concrete here. And they put this vinyl down on top of it. It's not wet, but we have not been having a lot of moisture through here. I'm looking at the walls here, and they did do a repair on this particular wall, and they've got a couple of bolts up here. So I don't know what they did in there, but it looked, whatever it was done professionally, and this is like some kind of fabric. Why I'm puzzled is because the garage should be on the other side, so we should not have been getting water there, is my thought. But, I mean, it is what it is. They've got a brand new jack post underneath these steps here. Whether that's sitting on a footing, who the hell knows. But I can tell you that this is directly underneath this metal I-beam. But it is sitting on a pocket here, and they did have a repair, but I mean, I would expect to see a lot worse. I mean, as I pan down this wall, I mean, it looks like it stopped right there. So I'm not totally sure what the deal is. Typical on a laundry chute, it's coming right down where your appliances are making fire. So you'd want to make sure that that stuff is directed out of the way or that it's caught. Carrier, furnace, high efficiency. We've got a water heater here that is not a high efficiency. And 2010 is the date on the water heater. And on the furnace, we put a new board in 2017. So I'm not sure what the date is on this thing. Here's another Gar-Bsmt thing here. It's not telling us very much. I think they're talking about the humidifier here. All right, here's our pride and joy right here. We've got a battery backup in here. This puppy definitely was done with a thought in mind, and professionals did this. That's my thought anyway. And they got this puppy going out here. And what I find interesting on this, I wonder, they've got a battery backup, so I get that. But I'm wondering, this is all sealed, so I can't see down there. But I'm wondering if there's 2 sump pumps, which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me, because if you've got a large amount of subgrade water, you'd probably want to have a sump in each corner of the space. So I'm not sure, but this thing is geared up. This basement takes on water. So from a potential for finish, I don't know that it's got a lot of potential for that. I'm looking at the walls here. I think they probably had tried to do something at one point. Remember that concrete window that was patched up? Well, there's the window, and you're looking at a view of concrete there. And I don't know, maybe they were getting moisture penetration through there. I'm looking at, this is wood. Well, that's wood. But I definitely think it had some issues at one point. Now, they do have insulation stuffed up into the pockets, so I think that's a good thing. But I'm just kind of puzzled here in terms of value that you would get by finishing off this basement. It'd probably be pretty minimal. And the reason is because you don't have a lot of natural light, and the ceiling height, especially with this I-beam running through here, I don't think from a ceiling height standpoint, it makes it awkward. And I don't think you could finish this off to the point where it would have a huge contributory value to the property. But from a storage standpoint, I think it's pretty good. Here's where our hookups are. Looks like we've got 220 right here. And we've got gas. So we've got those things, and then we've got the washer standpipe here. And here's our panel. And let's see, this is an ITE, probably the original panel, 100 amp box. Now again, Brian, I'm not an expert on this, but I know that you can overdo the, this one's turned off right here, this 20 amp thing right here. And they've got another one turned off. But you can put too many of those in. Now, I don't know what the threshold is or what the logic is, but I've had whole house guys tell me in the past that you can't just put a whole bunch of them in at the same time. But they've got a number of them in there, that's for sure. So just want you to be aware of that. This is interesting because this one appears to be turned off. And it says sump, and that appears to be on. And they've got one breaker for that sump, and then something else in the basement there. I'm not sure what that is. And of course, carbon monoxide alarm, and so on and so forth. And this is showing 1972. Whether we've got a grounded system or not, I would hope in the 70s, maybe we do. But I know in the 60s there was a lot of properties done that were not grounded systems. So just so you're aware of that. And this, actually a pretty good install on this. You know, here's the high efficiency, and that's going out. And then as this goes outside of the building, then it's painted green. Okay, so that's everything I've got. I'll get this out to you.